Some years ago, I was at a big Christian gathering in which there was a great service on the Sunday morning in one of the largest churches in the country. And in the middle of the early bit of the service, suddenly the back doors burst open and a horde of protesters came running in, waving placards and shouting slogans and so on. And nobody quite knew who they were, actually. It was not at all clear. But several of them got to the front and did some shouting and then realized everyone was just standing there, nobody was moving, and nobody knew what to do. And then the person who was going to be preaching at the service, after a short pause, just stepped forward and very quietly had a word with one of these protesters. And these were big men who were looking quite wild and dangerous. You know, I thought, oh, this is interesting. Quiet word, and then a nod, and then he stepped back and had a word with the person who was actually in charge of that church, who then came and said that our unexpected guests have agreed that they will make a statement for 2 minutes and then they will leave quietly. And so we're glad that they're going to do that. And then that happened and they left. And I thought, how did you do that? And then I remembered back to one time when I was in Oxford. I was actually a college chaplain, and this same man was coming to preach a sermon for me. And he was a little later than I'd expected, and I went to the college gate and I saw him walking down the street in his cassock. And then he stopped and he squatted down by the pavement and he talked to 3 men who were sitting there drinking methylated spirits. And sadly, there are plenty of people like that, or there were around in Oxford at the time, probably homeless people. And this priest was just very easy and natural and quiet and calm with them. And I realized he's made a habit of doing that. He has put himself out to be with people who other people like me would be frightened of, actually. And so what happened all those years later was not a flash in the pan. It was something that happened on the spur of the moment because all the homework had been done long before. That's what virtue is all about.